All right guys, it's Kyle with AeroWake, and we're going to be going over the brand new tunnel hole that we just finished up. It's one of the most complex, technologically advanced, and outright exotic boats that we've ever built, and we're going to start going over every little detail, so just follow me. Basically, as you can see, this is one of the craziest powder coat options we've gone with. It is super chrome base with Peeka blue on top, and that's going to give you that transparent blue color. Paired with that, the only match is going to be black. So everywhere you see, we went black vinyl, black powder coat, and then we went with the Ultra HD black sea deck. I'm going to talk a little bit about the designs you'll see throughout. If you look at the sea deck, we're going to see this double hexagon pattern, and that translates throughout the seat shells. So we did custom double hexagon stitching in there. As well as the speaker grills that we did. There's a lot of hexagons and shapes in there. And to finish it off, we did a hexagon drop-in door front and center. So throughout, that's kind of our theme and electronics. This thing is jam-packed from front to back. So we're gonna pan back over here to the two 8-foot blade power poles that allow you to dry anchor out in the water. Moving up top, everybody kind of asks what this is, and that is actually a thermal imaging camera with a 3D printed housing that fits inside of a Go light. So we can toggle left, right, up and down 360 degrees. And you're wondering, well, does that go to the Simrad? That actually goes to the two 10-inch display screens in the back of the front captain's chairs. So driver and passenger both have their individual screens. Moving on to the console, we have our 5-gauge analog Livorsi package with custom powder coated faceplates and polished bezels. Up top is the Simrad Go 9 that allows us to do GPS. We can also put our gauges up there and navigation and speed. In the center, there's the control pod that allows you to see all of your engine dynamics. And then mounted in the middle is the 6 toggle switch panel that is light bar, console lights, nav lights, anchor light, bilge, and then the momentary switch for the trim tab. This customer supplied us with 36 speakers from MMATS Pro Audio. We've got a dozen 10-inch mids, a dozen compression drivers, and a dozen tweeters, all jam-packed front to back in this thing with a custom box underneath the stand that also translates to the screen box that's on the back of the captain's chairs. We wanted the design to remain fluid, so these speakers initially didn't have any covers on them. And at the grass rake, that's where it becomes an issue because somebody's foot can easily go through your speaker. So we sat back and designed custom one-off faceplates that are only going to be used on this boat, on this sound system, powder coated them black to match, and I think this system lives up to the customer's expectations. So now moving to the front, this is pretty standard on our deck over boats where we use a curved piece of pipe to create that curved front on the grass rake. It only serves an aesthetic purpose, but we think it matches the cage and everything else we have going on in the boat. We're sitting at 17.6 front to back with a 2-foot grass rake, and the bottom is 7 foot wide. Our gunnel is 8 foot wide. Every single door in this has a stainless compression latch and a door shock that holds the door open. That way you have easy access to all of your different compartments and storage. Not pictured right now currently is this door will come off and our K2 Summit 50 will drop into this spot. Right now we've got the door on there, but during prime boating season, you're probably gonna want the cooler on either side, one for drinks and then usually one for trash. Moving on to the back, everything you see with the rigging is radius, hand fit, TIG welded stainless, and then our main man Ty went through and polished out all the welds so everything looks seamless. It looks like one big piece. Cage wire is all hand laid, and it's the same powder coat color as what we've got on the speakers and our grab handles and all the other little accessories on this boat. Taking a look at all the billet goodies, we've got our custom vents in the back. All the amps and speakers and all the electrical components inside of these boxes requires ventilation. So we took the design from the speaker covers and made those rear vents Those are available on our website. You can put them in any box, anywhere, and you're gonna start seeing them all over our boats. As well as there's 2 in the top of that speaker box, and there's even 2 mounted beneath the screens there so that all the moisture and humidity doesn't ruin our electronics. Coming to the seat buckets, these are different and new for this boat. These are full billet aluminum grab handles with the finger ridges in them. We really enjoy those over the stainless ones. Peeking behind the header here, we've got our LT4 billet motor mount that's going to come standard on all of our boats, but we're going to start offering that online. So moving to the back, originally these were plastic hatch doors that allowed us to get to the drain plugs, the bilge pump, or anything in the boat. But we had these made out of full billet, so they're full aluminum, powder coated, stainless latches, and gaskets all the way around so they seal off. And I'm really excited about these because they're heavyweight. We can put logos in them, we can powder coat them, and we can make them another custom element of the boat. For our power plant, we've got the Levitator MS.80. The 6.2 LT4 makes around 650 horsepower right out of the crate and hooks up to our Livorsi pedal up front and integrates into all of our gauges. Really nice marine package that you're gonna see in wake boats and airboats too. Bolted off of that, we've got 2-inch primary to a 4-inch collector, hardline, all stainless steel exhaust with a V-band and a bellow in the middle for easy disassembly. We've got the muffler mounted at the rear with the exhaust tip that matches the angle of the rear cage bar. Looking down here at the back of the stand, we've got our radiator, our oil cooler, and our water cooler, all nice and tight, keeping everything cool. Up top, we've got our overflow cans, one for the supercharger and one for the cooling system of the engine. All right, painting to the back of the motor is arguably my favorite component on the entire boat. We've got our all billet gear-to-gear counter rotator box from Ballistic. On this one, we're running the 268 gear ratio, and then bolted up are our custom hub plates straight from Sensenich. We're spinning twin 5-blade 80-inch props. The Sabers are coated in the Duraskin, and they went in and did the custom checkered carbon. Really cool detail when you're looking down at it. Moving on to the rudders, we've got our custom router cut. They've got riveted in, welded in caps, and our logo blown through on both sides. For this set of rudders, we can do any shape, any size, and any logo cutout, so reach out to us for that new stuff now. All right, we've got 4 different hatches at the back of the boat. The rear one is access to the bilge pump, so you just unscrew that, and that's mounted right underneath there. On either side of the cage, we've got 2 panels that remove, and that's where your batteries are going to be at, and we've got a trickle charger that's mounted to the other side of the boat, so you can plug in an extension cord at night, and that's going to allow your batteries to charge, and then every time you go out, you're ready to go. In the center here, that panel removes, and we've got a 55-gallon fuel cell. That should last you, on this boat with the Levitator setup, at least 2 days or all weekend running without having to refuel. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about the polished gunnel, the poly on the sides, and then we've also got a 3M PPF film from the grass rake all the way down the side that's going to protect this thing. Whether you go through brush, hit it up against the trailer, we can always peel it back off and give you a fresh coat. There's about 20 other details we'd like to sit here and go over this boat, but right now I think it's time for action shots.